Three movies, they were all successes, and thus we continued with a big type of new horror franchise in Saw. What do I have to say about number four? Well, strap yourselves in and find out as I re-review Saw 4.
This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews.
So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome again to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a re-review of the 2007 horror flick Saw 4, released by Lionsgate for Twisted Pictures, and once again directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, from a story that was done by Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan, who wrote the screenplay. They co-wrote the story with Thomas Fenton. This is the follow-up to Saw 3 and fourth installment of the Saw series, starring Tobin Bell along with Scott Patterson, Costas Mandylor, Betsy Russell, and Lyriq Bent. The film was released on October 26, 2007, and this picks up where the last film left off with the death of John Kramer, aka Jigsaw. However, it is revealed that John had planned for his death and left behind a series of recordings and clues that would lead investigators to his final game. As the detectives try to unravel the mystery of John's final game, they are drawn into a web of deceit that reveals more of the motives behind his lethal games. This is the first film in the franchise to not be written by Lee Whannell and James Wan. But this really got dissed by critics, of course, just like last time, but still did become a big hit. If you haven't seen my reviews of the other three films, click on that card and it'll take you to the playlist and you can catch what you might miss or see them again if you like. I can see they're doing pretty well because I've decided, because of course this year I decided to try to re-review the Saw films, and this time in separate videos, leading up to the last two films which have yet to be reviewed. Alright, let's begin. An autopsy of the Jigsaw killer reveals a wax-coated microcassette in his stomach, and Detective Mark Hoffman is called to listen to it. The tape promises him that the games have just begun. In a mausoleum, a man named Trevor and a lawyer named Art Blank are chained to a large device. Trevor's eyes have been sewn shut, and Art's mouth has been sewn shut, making communication between them impossible. When the device begins pulling them together, they panic, and Art eventually kills Trevor to retrieve a key from his collar. Meanwhile, the police discover the remains of Detective Allison Carey. Hoffman cautions Officer Daniel Rigg for barging through an unsecured door in an attempt to save her. Hoffman is introduced to FBI agents Peter Stram and Lindsay Perez, who deduce that Amanda, Jigsaw's apprentice, would have needed assistance with Carey's death, indicating that there is another apprentice. That evening, Rigg and Hoffman are kidnapped. Rigg is told that Detective Eric Matthews is in fact still alive and is given 90 minutes to save himself. He is then given his first test, where he finds a sex trafficker named Brenda strapped to a device that scalps her. He rescues her, although he is warned not to, and Brenda later attempts to stab Rigg. Rigg subdues her and learns that Brenda was told that Rigg was there to arrest her for her crimes. Strum interrogates Jill Tuck, Jigsaw's ex-wife, who recounts Jigsaw's backstory. She was once pregnant with a boy named Gideon, but suffered a miscarriage when Cecil, a drug addict, robbed the clinic at which she was employed and accidentally slammed a door into her stomach. Rigg's next test is at a motel, where he is instructed to abduct the manager, Ivan Landesness, revealed to be a serial rapist. Angered by seeing videos of Ivan's exploits, Rigg forces Ivan into a prearranged trap which forces him to gouge out his eyes. He fails to do it in time, and the trap dismembers him. Rigg's next Rigg's next test, occurs in a school where Rigg attacked a man named Rex, acquitted of abusing his family, though Rigg's career was saved by Hoffman. In one of the classrooms, Rick discovers Rex and his wife Morgan chained back to back with a spike impaled through their bodies. Morgan has removed every spike but one, killing Rex and leaving herself barely alive. Rick removes the final spike and gives Morgan the key to free herself from her restraints, then pulls a fire alarm as he leaves. Strom and Perez arrive on the scene where it is learned that all the victims were defended by Art, who is also Jill's lawyer. After a photographer is accidentally killed on the scene, Perez finds Billy, Jigsaw's puppet, in the office. She is told that Strom will soon take the life of an innocent man, and that Perez's next step is critical. Ignoring past clues that she's in danger, Perez leans towards Billy and is critically injured by shrapnel when its face explodes. She is rushed to the hospital. After learning that he had terminal cancer and after a suicide attempt, Jigsaw placed Cecil in his first trap. After Cecil got out, when the trap broke, he lunged at Jigsaw to attack him but fell to his death in a mesh of razor wire. Strom makes connections from Jill's story to the Gideon Meat Factory, the scene of Rigg's final test. Now, for the ending, you must stop this video at once, go to the description box below, fast forward to the time below as I count down now. If you've seen this movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Strom arrives but finds himself lost, accidentally trailing Jeff Denlin. Meanwhile, Rigg approaches his final test. In the next room, Art, Eric, and Hoffman. It was revealed earlier that if the door was opened before Rigg's timer expired, Eric's head would be crushed between two ice blocks and Hoffman would be electrocuted by a complex device. Rigg charges through the door with 1 second to spare. Despite Eric's attempts to stop Rigg from by shooting him, he is killed. Rigg shoots Art while in another room. Strom, who encounters Jeff, who brandishes a gun. Strom, who is unaware that Jeff is frantically searching for his daughter, kills him. Hoffman, who was never in any danger and is revealed to be Jigsaw's other apprentice, rises and seals a dying Rigg and a bewildered Strom in the factory. These games are revealed to have taken place before Jigsaw's autopsy, and Hoffman is warned via the microcassette that he can expect to face a test of his own. End of story. For now. Till the next one. So, what did I think of Saw 4? Well, I'll say it's alright. It's not really as gray as the others. It kind of comes close though, but kind of misses it by a little. But anyway, its reviews were even worse than the last one. It's at a mere 18% on Rotten Tomatoes, where they say the film is more disturbing than compelling, with material already seen in the prior installments. Yes, now I completely do agree with that and what have you. Metacritic has a score of 36, and audiences polled by CinemaScore gave it an average B. The Chicago Tribune called it a film as edgy as a rubber knife and said that if the terrible craft of Boseman's film doesn't turn your stomach, the borderline pornographic violence will. It's disconcerting to imagine anyone enjoying the vile filth splashing the screen. The Hollywood Reporter said the famously inventive torture sequences here seem depleted of imagination, but added that it hasn't yet jumped the shark like such predecessors as Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th flicks eventually did. And the San Francisco Chronicle called it the Syriana of slasher films, so complicated and circuitous that your only hope of understanding everything is to eat lots of fish the night before and then watch each of the previous films in order before you enter the theater. James Berardinelli wrote that the film functions as a drawn-out, tedious epilogue to a series that began with an energetic bang 3 years ago with Saw, then progressively lost momentum, coherence, and intelligence with each successive annual installment. A less negative review came from the BBC, according to Jamie Russell, called it deeply unsettling, just like a horror movie should be. Yeah, I do find that to be a little unsettling. However, I will find the film to be fair and what have you, but I really think this isn't one of the great flicks in the Saw franchise of them all. It tries to do its extreme best, though. I mean, I appreciate them having Darren Boosman back again from the previous two films. Charlie Clouser once again does the film score, and he does a good job. But it just wasn't the same without a little bit of the writing of Lee Whannell or James Wan. But, you know, it still proved to be okay. And some of the kills were pretty good. I did like the spike trap and what have you, and the big trap we saw that saw Eric Matthews and the other one at Hoffman. Yeah, which that wasn't too bad, but I gotta say the death of Eric was whoa. But even so, I found the film to be okay in my view. Not great though. For our cast, we have Tobin Bell as Jigsaw and John Kramer again. Costas Mandylor played Detective Hoffman, who was completely fine. Scott Patterson as Agent Strom, fine. Betsy Russell as Jill, fine. Lyriq Bent as Rig. Athena Carquez as Agent Perez. We have Donnie Wahlberg back after only seeing him a little bit in the last film as Eric Matthews. We have Angus McFadden back as Jeff and Bahar Sumek as Lynn, just a little bit of them, and a brief appearance of Deanna Meyer as Carrie. Well, that's about all I can say. It's just that it kind of just went twisting and turning from one character to another. That's kind of a little bit of an issue with this film. So, again, I think this is kind of more the okay films, but I don't think it's great though. Despite getting this, the film still did well at the box office, going on to make 139 million worldwide on its $10 million budget. And of course, it would go on to get number 5, Saw 5 that is, the next year in 2008. So everything said, Saw 4 is okay, but it again, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but it's not completely great, completely. But what I recommended, I would only recommend you just, I don't know. If you're a hardcore completionist, give it a one-time watch. And if not, then just skip it. So what did you think of Saw 4? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. And join me tomorrow morning when I give you my next revisit Saturday morning TV log on the Ghostbusters. So if you like this, you can check out my reviews for these other terror tales. I'll give you some from James Wan's The Conjuring franchise. I'll give you the 3 films. The upper left hand corner is my review of the one that started all, The Conjuring. The upper right hand corner is my review of The Conjuring 2. And the bottom left hand corner is my spoiler free review of the previous installment of that franchise, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Well, I don't know when the last rites will be coming. When it comes to HBO Max, possibly next month, maybe. Then maybe you'll get a spoiler free review of that soon. I don't know. Details to follow when that comes, okay? And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Oh, and by the way, I do have some news. I will be reviewing the recent horror film Weapons coming up sometime. Let me check. I'm going to do it on Wednesday, which will be October 29th. So I won't be reviewing Escape Room Tournament of Champions. I'm postponing it, okay? So just want you to know that. Okay, so until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.